Today I'm going to take you through some pelvic floor exercises. Having a strong pelvic floor is so important to support the weight of your growing baby and your uterus. Our pelvic floor goes all the way from the front of our pubis bone all the way back to our coccyx. So we want to make sure that that band is nice and strong to support our body throughout pregnancy. Our pelvic floor consists of fast and slow twitch muscle fibers. So it is very important that we make sure that we train the slow and fast muscle fibers. So in order to do that, I want to just give you a few cues on what you want to feel when you are engaging your pelvic floor. So the first thing is you kind of want to imagine that you have a blueberry and that you're trying to lift that blueberry up and you're going to pull it up towards your belly button. So imagine that the blueberry is there, you're going to grab it, squeeze it tight, and then pull it up using your pelvic floor muscles. Another way we can make sure that we engage in the pelvic floor is we also want to make sure that the core is tight. So the core and pelvic floor work hand in hand. So having a tight core will help engage the pelvic floor. So when we're trying to engage the pelvic floor, the glute muscles as well as our muscles where we are trying to stop a urination or anything like that, those muscles do want to help. So it is going to take some time to try not to use those muscles, but just try your best to make sure that you're just using the pelvic floor and you're pulling that blueberry up. So we're going to get started. I'm going to start with the fast twitch contractions. These fast twitch contractions help when we need to sneeze or when we cough and we want to resist making a wee. That is what the fast twitch muscle fibers do. They make sure that there's quick things that we do not urinate when we sneeze or anything like that. So to do the fast twitch ones, we're going to imagine lifting that blueberry up and then releasing it. We're going to do quick ones. So it's quick contraction and quick release. So let's get started. We're going to do 10 of those. So imagine that we're lifting it up and down. Perfect. 2, 3, lift. 4, 5, 6, 7, try not to use other muscles. 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Now you can do these anywhere. You can do them while you're doing the dishes, while you're cleaning the house, while you're sitting doing work. You can do them lying down, before bed. You want to try to do these at least 3 times a day, and you want to do about 2 to 3 sets of the fast twitch and then 2 to 3 sets of the slow twitch. I do recommend going for as many as you can, just so that we can make sure that the pelvic floor is nice and strong. So we're going to go on to the second one of the fast twitch. So imagine we're lifting that blueberry up and down. Perfect. 2, quickly. 3, 4. Let's say you get to 6 and you struggle to engage, release the pelvic floor and then try again. It might get a little bit tired, especially if you're new to it. So just keep going. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. Another thing that can help you make sure that you engage in the pelvic floor is you want to make sure that we're keeping that core nice and tight. So when you're doing the exercise, you want to breathe in, release everything, and as you exhale, bringing that pelvic floor up, your diaphragm goes up, your ribs wrap around your body, and make sure that everything's nice and tight. So if you're struggling, try and make sure that your core is nice and tight, as this helps engage the pelvic floor. So let's go for the next one. 1, everything's going up. 2, 3, 4, 5, perfect. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. You've done 3 of the fast twitch. Now we're going to do the slow contractions. So the slow contractions, like I said earlier, are a little bit harder because we have to lift and hold. So you might only hold it for about 5 seconds, and then eventually you will build up the strength to hold it a bit more. As you also engage with your pelvic floor a bit better, you'll find that mind to muscle connection is so much stronger. So it's just about practicing and not giving up. So for the slow contractions, what we're going to do, same thing, lift that blueberry up and you're going to hold it. You're going to hold it for 10 seconds. If you do drop and or you feel like you haven't connected, release and then start again. So let's release, relax everything, and we're going to go for those slow contractions. Let's go. In 3, 2, 1, and lift it up. 1, 2, perfect. 3, hold it. 4, 5, you got this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. Perfect. Let's go for 2 more of that one. Release everything. And we're going to get going into our next one. Let's go. Lift. Lift that pelvic floor and squeeze. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to imagine everything coming nice and tight together. The front and back, all the muscles are coming together and lifting. Almost there. And 10 seconds. Perfect. Let's go for the last one. 10 seconds. Release everything. And we're going to go. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, and lift. Hold it. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Now that you know how to engage your pelvic floor, I'm going to show you some pelvic tilts. So these are also really, really good for the pelvic floor and really help with that connection. So we're going to focus on our breathing for this one. So as we inhale, we're going to drop our tummy, relax that pelvic floor, so you want to imagine it going down. And then as we inhale, we're going to lift our stomach, lift our diaphragm. So our diaphragm's going to go up, stomach's nice and tight. Our ribs are going to wrap around our stomach. And then what we're also going to do is lift that pelvic floor. So imagine pelvic floor coming up. And as we do that, we're just going to tilt the bottom. And we want to hold in some gas and release. You want to make sure that everything's nice and tight. Hold it for 3, 2, 1, and release. Let's go for that again. Inhale, everything drops. As we exhale, nice and tight. Pelvic floor up. And tilt those hips. Release. Perfect. Let's go for a few more. And exhale. Almost there. Great job. Perfect. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. Let's go for 2 more. Hold it all nice and tight. And let's go, last one. And release. Perfect job. You want to make sure that you do this at least 3 times a day, really activating that pelvic floor to make sure that everything is nice and supported. If you're struggling with your pelvic floor, I do recommend going to see a pelvic floor specialist. These are exercises that you can use to help keep that pelvic floor strong. But if there's anything that you're really, really struggling with, then I would highly recommend going to get some help from a pelvic floor specialist. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on the next videos coming up. I hope to see you soon, and thank you for joining. Bye!